welcome to Forage Jobs. This is Lilian Silva. I'm the Forage specialist for Universe, and today we're talking about planting planting methods that we can use to extend the grazing season. So let's get started. So when you're thinking about extending the grazing season, we are going to be thinking about trying to fill up the periods of the year that we're not going to have our main perennial grass is growing. So for us right now, I'll be focusing on filling up the gaps that when we do not have Bahia grass and Bermuda grass growing. So we would be using the cool season annual forages that are represented here by these curves, these blue areas here. So when we're thinking about what forages we can use, we need to make sure that we're going to be meeting the animal nutrient requirements. So generally, when we are going to be having, for example, shears during this time of the year, we would be expecting to have over 1.5 pounds of cane per head per day, for example. Just a general example, what we could be considering as the gain that we expect. But also we need to be looking at the type and the scale of operation that we have so we can see what's the cost that we can afford and what forage production and what forage quality we would be needing for that operation. Then it's important to consider the level of management that will be required in terms of workloads, but also what are the skills and knowledge that the manager of that area already have, and it's willing to learn and to really catch up with other species that the person might be using or mixtures and how to adjust that management. Then nutrient requirements for plants or mixtures is important to consider that and how the management for that nutrient replenishment will be done. And it's a common practice to use mixtures of forage because this way we can extend the grazing season and work on the quality and distribution of that forage. So it's one way to really work on providing grazing forage for the animals, but also working on inputting some nitrogen into the system, for example, if you're using legumes. So we can be using a practice that's overseeding cool season forages into perennial grass fields. So this does not kill your perennial grass pasture, warm season grass pasture. And we do need to make sure that we're going to remove the excessive vegetative growth before we come and no-till plant the cool season forages. For removal of the excessive forage mass, we can either graze or mow that area and to optimize the seed soil contact. And then, like I said, we need to be using no-till drill just to make sure that you're going to avoid any damage to the perennial stands. We cannot really prepare the land before we plant. And we generally wait until the Bahia grass and Bermuda grass are going into dormants, which generally around early October for our general region. To be dependent on weather conditions as well, so it's always important to pay attention on that. When you're using a prepared seed bed, so what I mean by this is you will go in and really disc up and plow and do all the steps of preparing that land, because you're going to be using an area that you did not have a perennial grass planted. You're just going to be rotating with annual species. So you can go earlier and prepare the land earlier and plant earlier in the season as well. So it's generally between late August to September that you would be looking to planting that area. And this is going to be ready for grazing earlier in the season as well. So we would be looking at rotating with annual row crops or annual forage species in those areas. And then you can be working towards having a mixture of forages there, so you can extend that growing season from probably mid-November through April or May for the following year. This is what I had for today. I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions, please reach out to your local extension agents or to me through this email on the screen. Thank you so much for catching up with this video. I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you.